Hello there, welcome back to my views on news. Two news stories from the Amhara region. Firstly, a Fano commander just a few minutes ago issued a warning, a message to the Amhara people, late night warning about imminent major attack by Ethiopian military in the Amhara region. Secondly, a few days ago I read a video about some work being done by Fano groups to organize themselves, to bring them under some central or zonal level setup. And I talked about Gojum, that in Gojum several Fano groups had agreed to work under one umbrella. Today it seems that more progress was made in this regard, as now we're seeing new collaboration between Fano factions, not based in one region but based in two different regions. How will they connect? Can they work jointly? Details for you in this video. Firstly, viewers, a Fano commander has published a message, an audio message through some pro-Fano news outlets. He is claiming that from tomorrow a big attack on Amhara people, Amhara Fano fighters from Ethiopian military is going to start. Who is this Fano commander? What did he say? His name is Mere Wodajo, East Amhara Fano commander, and he has released an audio message. He says that he has received information that Ethiopian military is on the way at night. Large scale mobilization of military is going to happen. It is already happening, and from Monday a big offensive on Fano fighters, Fano groups, Amhara people is going to start. So he asked all Amharas to be fully prepared for this major attack. Just 2 points I want to make. Firstly, intelligence networks of these Fano groups, Fano commanders is very effective. We have seen their attacks, ambush attacks always rely on intelligence, especially if there is no internet, if there is no telecom service. You need intelligence from the ground, and that is mostly human intelligence. But we have seen that these Fano groups carried out several attacks based on pure intelligence. Their target killings in Gondar against those civilians who were supporting military, their attacks against some militia members, some meetings which were being held to plan offensives on Fano in North Shore, in Gujum, in Gondar. Then their attacks, ambush attack near Debre Tabor. They kidnapped South Gondar zone administrators, in South Wallo zone administrators, Varailo, Jama, Degolo. They were released later. So all these attacks were based on intelligence, and ambush attacks also being carried out for months rely on intelligence. So they have good network of intelligence. So it means that Mere Wodajo either has good intelligence, he has received information in advance, or he is just trying to motivate people to be fully prepared that any time an offensive could be launched. So we'll see tomorrow what happens. But Mere Wodajo's some recent statements have created problems for Fano groups. He hinted at some divisions in Fano. He raised questions about fundraising abroad, and he raised questions about Amhara Popular Front of Skandar Naga, that APF has no presence in Wollo where he is operating, and then he was not consulted about the formation of Amhara Popular Front. And then he announced the appointment of his group's representative abroad to collect money from diaspora community members who want to support East Amhara Fano. So it means that he is not on board, maybe. Why? Well, the reason is that he is a little at a distance from the center of fighting, or from those areas which are seen as the center of the struggle. Wollo is not the center of the struggle. Wollo is crucial in terms of future status of Raya Quorum. That is why Mere Bodajo's faction is important, because if Ethiopian government decides to hand over Raya, Alamata, Quorum, only Mere Bodajo's Fano group can play any role to stop the decision by entering Quorum Alamata. Otherwise, Wollo is away at a distance from Gujum, from Gondar, from Shoa too, and he is mainly operating in North Wollo, not in South Wollo. That is why maybe he is not on board regarding big decisions, because his Fano group perhaps is not as significant as other groups. Though I think his group matters because of the proximity to Alamata Quorum, and because of proximity to Afar too, that to stop ENDF from afar, coming from far, Bodajo's faction can play a big role. Let's see what happens tomorrow. Secondly, a few days ago we heard about efforts by Fano groups centered at internal organization. Fano groups are trying to work under one umbrella, though they want to keep their operational autonomy independent, because they know that their survival is in working independently, separately, in the form of guerrilla units. If they try to turn into an army, they'll be more vulnerable to large-scale attacks. So far, Fano fighters, Fano groups have not suffered any major attacks, any major setbacks, any major losses in terms of losses to their fighters, losses to their equipment. Why? Because they are working in small groups, guerrilla units. They don't want to hold on to big town cities. They are not operating like a military. But we heard from some Fano commanders wishing to turn the Fano groups into an army. We heard from Colonel Fantahun Muhabao, who said that he was in talks with other Fano groups to make Fano take the shape of military. Then we heard from Skandar and Zameen Akasi, both appeared in some audio interviews with Ethio 360 people. They decided to work together, and in Gujam some meetings were held to organize Gujam Fano. That is why Skandar and Zameen Akasi were taken on board, and then Amhara Special Force former officers were asked to lead Gujam Fano groups, and some colonels, other high rank former AS officials, they were made in charges of Fano groups operating in Gujam. That was first move made by Fano groups to organize themselves under some sort of regional level leadership. Next phase was to form alliance between these regional groups, and I think progress is being made, because today a Gojam based Fano groups and a Gondar based Fano group announced to work together. Video has been published as well, showing the announcement of their collaboration. One Fano faction's name is Nijat Chora Brigade. It's from South Gondar. Second Fano group is from Gojam. It is Ayaleo Mekonnen Brigade. It is led by Colonel Gatahun. I think he's former Amhara Special Force Colonel leading this Fano group in Gojam. In Gojam, now, as I said earlier, former Amhara Special Force commanders are leading these Fano groups. So, this is very important development because it means that now the alliance between Fano groups is transcending regional boundaries. They united in one region, Gojam, and from Gojam, they are trying to take on board other groups as well. So it's not easy, by the way. It's a difficult task to bring all Fano groups under one umbrella. We heard announcement by one Amhara Fano group a few hours ago. They announced the establishment of local government in Mirhabat in North Shore, and this group is working separately. So these Fano groups will have to come under one authority for their representation while maintaining their operational autonomy. That is how they will be taken a force to reckon with. They'll be taken as a force to reckon with. Why? Because obviously if people want to talk to them, who will they talk to? Will they talk to Masafint, Zamina Kasi, Colonel Gatahun, Colonel Fandahun Mabao, or Mirivudajo? There must be some sort of central setup at Amhara regional level. The representatives could be based abroad. So discussions are underway. It's not my proposal because I know they want to create this setup. They're in talks, but it's a challenge for them to create the sort of setup which has the trust of all the Fano groups. Watch a video showing these two Fano groups from Gojam and South Gondar who announced to work together today. Thank you for watching.
አስበውና ፈቃደኛ ሆነው ጊዜያቸውን ሰውተው ያለባቸውን ኃላፊነት አጣበው ከዚህ ለተገኙ ወንድሞቻችን ታላቅ የሆነ ምስጋናና አክብሮት አለ። ከዚህ በመቀጠል የንጋት ጮራ ፋኖ ብርጌድ በአለፋ አመሰራረቱንና